It has been a rocky ride for Carnival Cruise Lines. First, the Costa Concordia ran aground in Italy. Then the Triumph sat adrift for days. Now Carnival is spending more than $500 million in improvements to right the ship. Our travel editor, Peter Greenberg, went aboard with the company's new leader. Peter, good morning.
And good morning, Charlie. The new CEO has been on the job for less than 9 weeks amid an unprecedented overhaul to avoid such setbacks in the future. Now, in an interview you'll see only on CBS this morning, he talks about what went wrong and what he's trying to do to make it right. And after all that's happened, challenges still remain. This was the scene on the Carnival breeze last week as it set sail for the Caribbean. A far cry from these striking images of the Costa Concordia, broadcast around the world last year.
We begin tonight with stories of fear and panic.
Hope fading fast. As many as 40 remain unaccounted for.
The Carnival-owned ship ran aground off the coast of Italy, killing 32 people on board.
It was not any infrastructure or systemic problem that produced the Concordia incident. It was a one-off, unbelievable error in judgment, and it was a tragedy.
Then, this past February, an engine room fire left the Carnival Triumph powerless and adrift for days in the Gulf of Mexico, without air conditioning or working toilets. A public relations disaster for Carnival. How do you get ahead of that story?
Yeah, getting ahead of it, obviously we didn't. In the future, the way to get ahead of it is not to have it happen. We've got capacity for 4,800.
Arnold Donald took over as CEO of Carnival after bookings fell, shares plummeted, and some passengers sued. The good news with the Triumph is you got the fire out and nobody died.
Not only did no one die, no one was hurt, no one got sick. So there was no safety, health issue involved with the Triumph at all.
But it forced Carnival to take a hard look at the design of its ships and safety systems.
Hi guys, how are you?
As a result, the company is spending upwards of $600 million to upgrade its fleet.
In the highly unlikely event we should ever lose power again, we'd be able to have a system to back that up. And we'd have processes to keep from losing power in the first place.
So this is the engineering control room.
Carnival Cruise Line's new Vice President of Technical Operations, Mark Jackson, a former Coast Guard commander, came on board in April to turn things around.
What happened on Triumph was horrible for our guests, and we never want that to happen again. But unfortunately, it's something that we learned the hard way. First order of business, rerouting 63 miles of cable so that a fire would be less likely to take out both engine rooms, as it did on the Triumph. If one room is lost, we don't lose the other.
Then it was fire suppression, increasing the number of water mist nozzles from roughly 30 to about 500, and adding a 24/7 manned patrol to look for oil or fuel leaks. And finally, installing a second backup generator, nowhere near the engine room, just in case. That way, basic services would stay up and running, which for a ship this size is no small task. Despite the bad PR, the statistics are still overwhelmingly in passengers' favor.
Keep in mind, these incidents represent far less than 1% of the experience, for all of our guests.
But when consumer confidence tumbled, the line began offering deep discounts to get people on board, in some cases slashing fares to just $149 per cruise. But cruise ship economics are unforgiving. It's not what the passengers pay to get on the ship that counts, it's what they spend once they're on board that moves the bottom line.
How you guys doing?
The bottom line for Arnold Donald is now to reposition Carnival, rebuild its reputation, and fill his ships.
Our retail shops are awesome. The casino, for those that like that, we have all kinds of specialty beverages. We have specialty venues.
You know what I'm hearing? Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
What you should be hearing is excited guests enjoying the time of their life.
Ka-ching.
Yes, that too.
And they're going to need that ka-ching, considering that Carnival is the largest cruise line in the world, 102 ships and 10 separate brands. It's big.
He tried to, Arnold Donald, make the case that these problems they've had affect only less than 1% of their clients. But this is clearly a PR effort. It's hurt them seriously.
Oh, it has. And it's not just hurt them. As it hurts them, it hurts the industry. So what they've got to do is mend a lot of fences. First and foremost, with their travel agents, one of their main sources of distribution, they're not happy. So they're reaching out, having conversations, doing the best they can. They've got to turn that around because, remember, it's not what the people pay to get on the ship. They can give the cabins away for free. It's what they spend once they're on it that makes the difference. I think got to get them on the ship.
All right, Peter Greenberg, thank you.
You got it.